Hey guys, welcome back to the Wesleys. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you what all you will need to start a t-shirt sublimation business or just to get started on sublimation. First, I'm going to start with all of the sublimation supplies that you will need for any sublimation project, and then I will break it down into projects such as what you will specifically need for sublimating a t-shirt, a canvas, a tile, and just other sublimation items. So if you guys are interested in that, please keep on watching, and if you enjoy, give me a big thumbs up, and also subscribe if you're interested in sublimation tutorial videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let's get right into it. Obviously, the first thing that you're going to need is a sublimation printer. There are a lot of sublimation printers out there, and then there are a lot of printers that you can actually convert into a sublimation printer. If you guys are old subscribers, you know that we use the Epson 15000, and the reason why we love this printer is because you don't really have to do a conversion. You don't really have to convert this printer into a sublimation printer. So basically, your 15000 will come with ink cartridges, just like any other printer, but you will not be putting that ink into those cartridges. And we use the Cosmo Sublimation ink. There are other inks out there. There's the Hippo ink, there's Printer's Jack ink. Those are all sublimation inks, and they are specifically made for sublimation. Thankfully, with this 15000, we did not have to use syringes to convert the printer. So you can actually use the tops off of the Cosmos ink to fill the ink cartridges. So you really don't have to be messing with the ink that much. It makes way less mess than syringes, and it's super easy, super simple to do. And if you guys do decide to get the Epson 15000, I do have links to the printer, to the ink, and to everything that you're going to need down below. And then also we do have a tutorial video on how we converted our printer into a sublimation printer if you guys are interested in that video. And then obviously you're going to need sublimation paper. We use a sublimation paper. You can actually get a 13 by 19, or you can get the 8.5 by 11. With the 8.5 by 11, it feeds through the bottom tray. And obviously that size of paper is going to be used for smaller projects. Then you'll want to use your 13 by 19 paper, which will actually feed through that rear tray in the back. And the 13 by 19 paper you can use for t-shirts. It's recommended for t-shirts. It just prints bigger. You can have a full printed t-shirt, and you can do the all over t-shirt sublimation with those. So with the 8.5 by 11, you can do license plates, small canvases, dog tags, business cards, just anything smaller. And then your 13 by 19 can be for t-shirts, larger canvases, blankets, pillows, and things like that. And we always order our paper from Amazon. I will be linking it down below. And we do recommend the 125G A-sub paper. It works amazing. You can pick a 13 by 19 or the 8.5 by 11. Next thing that you're gonna need is a heat press. There's all kind of different presses out there that you can choose from. We do have the Knights DKS Digital Knight Swinger, and it is a 16 by 20 press. We do recommend a 16 by 20 for t-shirts because with sublimation, it's a lot easier if you have a bigger press, especially for t-shirts or blankets or pillows, because you can only press one time. Now, if you press twice, you are going to probably ruin your project, or you're going to get a lot of smearing and smudging, or ghosting is what they call it. But if you're just getting started, you can go with a smaller press. Our first press was the small sister heat press. I'm not really sure how big it was. We still have it actually sitting here. If you guys watched our last video, which was the studio tour, I did show you guys the small sister heat press. It is pretty small, and it was very hard to press t-shirts with. The smaller press is obviously okay for like a license plate, dog tags, and onesies, bibs, things like that. But if you're planning on opening a t-shirt business, I would definitely recommend a 16 by 20 press. You can also go with those Cricut presses. We're not really familiar with them because we never bought one, but some people do use the little Cricut Easy presses. I think that's what they're called, if you're just starting out, or you can just jump right in and get you a big press. Next, you're gonna need some butcher paper. You can actually order a huge roll off of Amazon, or if you have a membership at Sam's, you can actually go and pick up a whole roll for like 20 bucks or $22. You're gonna need your butcher paper for when you go to press your sublimation print onto your item, and also to protect your press. If you don't want to go with butcher paper, you can use parchment paper. A lot of people say they've used parchment paper. Yeah, you can go with parchment paper or butcher paper. And then next, you're just gonna need a large ruler, and that is just to cut out your prints if you're needing to cut a straight line. It's so much easier to have one of these large rulers. I'm pretty sure it's just like a 24 by 6-inch ruler. Next, you're gonna need some heat tape. This is the heat tape that we use right now, and it is just the Cricut heat resistant tape. You can actually get this off of Amazon as well. I will be linking below. It's just a bigger roll of heat resistant tape, and then it also comes with a dispenser. So I will be leaving that for you guys. This is what we normally go with. And it was $6.99 at, oh, It was $6.99 from Hobby Lobby. You're just gonna be using that tape to tape your sublimation print onto the project that you are going to be sublimating. And then the next one is kind of simple. It's just a lint roller. You can pretty much get a lint roller from anywhere, but we like to use a lint roller to make sure that we get any particles or dust or hair, anything off of the project that you're going to be pressing. We like to lint roll before and after we press any item so that when the customer receives their item, you don't have any blemishes or little hairs or particles or anything on the project that you have completed or on the order that you're sending out to a customer. And the next thing that we recommend is a rotary mat and a rotary cutter. And you're really just going to be using that to cut off any excess off of your sublimation print. It does come in really handy and it just makes it much easier to cut out your print instead of having to use scissors. Basically, a sublimation printer, sublimation ink, sublimation paper, butcher paper, a lint roller, a ruler, rotary mat, and a rotary cutter. And then heat resistant tape. So those are the basic things that you're going to need. And now I'm gonna go into detail as far as project. So for a t-shirt business, it's super simple. You're just gonna need all the items that I just told you. And obviously polyester t-shirts, 75% polyester or above, and that is 75% up to 100% polyester. The higher the polyester content, the better the picture is going to come out on your project or your t-shirt. So if you can find 100% polyester t-shirts, your images are going to come out really nicely and the colors are going to be very vibrant. So that's all you will need for a t-shirt business. And actually the reason why I made this video is because I get a lot of messages asking, what can I sublimate? Can I sublimate this? Can I sublimate that? And actually you can sublimate anything that is a sublimation item. So if you type in sublimation blanks, anything that is named a sublimation blank can be sublimated. So if it's a bag, pop sockets, phone cases, pillows, watch bands, blankets, pillows, shirts, basically anything that is labeled a sublimation blank, you can sublimate onto. There are items that are not labeled sublimation blanks, but you can actually sublimate them. So say a canvas that you got from the dollar store, tiles that you got from Hobby Lobby or Home Depot or Lowe's. I went ahead and grabbed a few things to show you guys what I'm talking about. Hopefully this makes more sense if I just show you it. I actually got this piece of wood from the Dollar Tree. It had no poly coating or anything on it. It's not a sublimation item. It was just a piece of wood that I picked up from the store. As you can see, I did sublimate on it. I do have a tutorial video on how I sublimated on this piece of wood. I also sublimated on this puzzle. You can order a regular puzzle or you can order a sublimation puzzle like I said before. But I just wanted to explain to you guys that you can actually use any piece of wood, any piece of puzzle or any puzzle. Also sublimate regular canvases. These canvases are actually canvas panels. You can see they're really thin. And since each of those items were not poly coated, I did have to first melt this thermal laminating pouch onto the item before I sublimated the print onto the item. You can use thermal laminating pouches to sublimate tile, canvases, puzzles, wood from the Dollar Tree, ornaments, wooden ornaments, anything that doesn't have a poly coating on it. You can use thermal laminating sheets first. Melt this onto the item first for about 10 seconds, and then you will sublimate your sublimation print onto the item. Like I said, I do have tutorial videos on how to sublimate a puzzle on wood and also on canvases that don't have a poly coating. So if you guys are wanting to learn to do that, I will also leave those videos down in the description, or you guys can just go onto our channel, just click my little profile and it will take you to our channel. Click videos and then scroll down and you'll see all of the sublimation videos. So if you're not specifically using a sublimation blank, you can use thermal laminating sheets on those items to be able to sublimate on them. This is actually a sublimation blank that I did sublimate on, and it is a mouse pad. So if you guys want to learn to sublimate on a mouse pad, be sure to go check out that video also. And here is a little dog tag that I sublimated. And this was actually a sublimation blank. So it did have a white coating on it. It had a poly coating on it. So it was a sublimation item. I was able just to sublimate straight onto this. And then also I'll show you my license plate that I did too. And here is the license plate. And this also was a sublimation license plate. So it did have a poly coating on it. And I still want to make a video on how to sublimate a tumbler and also a mug, but we still need to get a mug press and then also get a little bake oven because we cannot sublimate in an oven that we are going to be using to cook our food in. We do have to go ahead and buy a separate little oven for this. I'm hoping we can do that in the next month. So if you guys are wanting to learn how to sublimate a tumbler or a mug, be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you get notified when we post our next video. Really can't wait to get started on the tumblers and also on the mugs. All right guys, and that is the end of today's video. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you get notified when we post that next video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.